All right, guys, welcome back to Project GoodSpeed. I'm Jay, and this is the little hatchback here that is currently not mobile. Let me give you guys a little backstory. So I removed the head because my exhaust had a little bit of a leak on one of the studs, and it turns out that it was just stripped.
What the heck is that? I'm pretty sure that's not normal. Is that? Oh no, that's part of the engine.
And I thought the only way to fix it was to remove the head and either replace it with a new one or take it to a machine shop so that they can, bore out the hole and use like a tap and die set to give me a new size hole. Both of these were annoying, I'll admit. I didn't know which one to go with because obviously getting a new head, it's remarkably unreliable, really. You don't really know what you're getting with, and sometimes you can mess things up. And the tap and die set poses its own problems because I'd have to then bore out the holes here on my headers. I'd have to bore out the holes on the exhaust, and I'd have to get a new stud. And all of that was like, it's just a big of a headache. So I figured I'd remove the head and take it to a machine shop so that they could figure it out, give me a second opinion, really, or quote me on a price. However, when I posted my last video, one of you guys actually mentioned that there was another solution to this, and it's a Helicoil repair kit. What this does is just, it bores out the hole, and instead of replacing it with a bigger size stud, you can just use this little coil and just continue to use the same size stud. So on today's video, we're gonna go ahead and try to fix that today. And that's gonna look like basically me removing the studs that are stuck inside the head currently. And we're gonna go ahead and have to use a Helicoil kit, Helicoil coil kit to try to replace the stripped hole where the stud goes, because that is the main source of my issue, and hopefully I don't break anything or have to do more rethreading in the process. Here we have the little D-series head that I took out, which admittedly at this point I realized it wasn't really necessary. I could have fixed this thing without having to remove it, but hindsight's 2020. And I did have to buy a whole new bolt, a whole new stud for this little hole because it's stripped out. And for those of you who don't know, this is what the stud that went in there looks like. Look at that. I figured I might as well just replace all of them. And luckily, I got to the point where I got most of them out. So I don't have anything that are stripped inside there because they do have a tendency to just snap off and get stuck in there. I don't really know exactly why. Fuck my life. Oh. Check it out. I removed the whole thing, and then this freaking exhaust bolt snapped off again. That one snapped, and then later on, this one snapped, and now they're fucking both stuck in there, and I have the same exact issue, well, a similar issue now than my stock head. So I'm not even gonna bother. Fuck it, it's pointless. But I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I've been doing it, and this one here, the rear, has been giving me a lot of issue, and I've already cracked this one. Essentially, it's just two nuts here. They get pretty much sandwiched like this together, and the stud goes right in between. Can't get them. It's annoying. You get the idea. Look at this one. I got this one already done. Luckily, I managed to crack it, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. But one of these wrenches is actually a good thing if you can find one, because you don't want to have to actually strip the nut while you're trying to, remove the stud. You got one on this side, and this one is the one you want to fucking really tighten down to make sure that the other one doesn't go anywhere. And hopefully, if you get it, if you get a good stud, you don't have to worry about it snapping. This one will be holding this one steady, and this one will be doing the turn. So you're gonna want to tighten with this one and loosen with this one, and you want to keep them together. And it's very annoying. Like I said, the other one is stuck. I just gave up and moved on to the other ones, but hopefully once you crack it, it's easier. And just like that, it is loose. Now, admittedly, they are not all that easy. Sometimes you have to use a combination of, a blowtorch, heating them, and some lubricant. I like to spray the lubricant right after I've heated it, just to make sure it actually penetrates the stud and gets everything out. So let me show you guys. You guys can clearly see the threads on these normal bolt holes right there. They extend far out, and then this one here does not. The thread is basically only way in the back, and it's only about 2 or 3 rings. And that was causing my exhaust leak. So I had to remove the head. Probably didn't really need to. However, I don't think I would have been able to use a drill with the space I have because the gun would not have been able to get right in there. You know, I don't have a small enough drill to actually reach in there. Anyway, sometimes you get studs like this. Look, it's kind of like it's skunked up with stuff. And like I said, this one is really, really stuck. Now I've already removed all the other studs. Let's go ahead and try this last one. Okay, let's see if we can shock this bolt to coming out. Now, ideally, you should probably use this a nut that you are willing to, not need. Because sometimes if you're using the wrong side of the wrench, like this side, you could strip it. So we tighten it first. Okay, now we're going to try to spin it. Please don't break off. Don't do me like that, Civic. Do I see it? Is it spinning? Damn it, no, it's not. All right, let's try it again. Come on, little Civic. Don't you give up on me. This is not ideal. Everything's turning, nothing's stable, and my hands hurt. Oh, yep, see? And then that one's stripped. This is where this shit starts to hit the fan. Because now, I think both of these nuts are useless now. It's all right. Resto Tuner was kind enough to provide a full stud and nut kit for the D series here, and B series as well. You guys can check them out, but shiny zinc hardware. Look at that. Oh man, why are you acting like this, Honda? Let's use a cheater bar. Let's see if this helps. What the? Yes! Yes, I felt it move. Okay. Sometimes you need a little bit more leverage. Like a breaker bar in the form of a mallet. And just like that, we're pretty much done. Got all the exhaust studs out of the little D series, and we are ready to install some new ones after I remove all the studs from the intake, because I'm also going to be replacing those. When I bought the kit, I thought it just came with the exhaust side, but turns out it comes with all studs for the intake and exhaust. So that's pretty cool. Okay, on to the second part of this video, which is the helicoil kit. And that basically happens when you have a hole that's, stripped. And it's thanks to this dumb little stud here that previous owner decided to install, because it is not OEM and it's not even the right size. And it's also partially my fault. I actually just installed it as well. The issue with it is the thread on the part that goes on the engine is too long, right? So it actually stood out too far, and the headers couldn't bolt on properly because the nut can only go so far to compress the exhaust, and it didn't do a good job of holding it together, and eventually it just stripped out. So I'll be using the helicoil kit here to basically drill out this hole and insert this little coil in there that will allow me to continue to use the same size stud. I will say, however, this helicoil kit does not come with a drill bit. So if you do not have the proper drill bit, you're looking at, well, I don't know if you buy a drill bit by itself or with the set, but I'd rather buy one with a set. So this by itself costs about 57 bucks. So drill bits, probably another 20, 30. So altogether, not all that cheap. And I'm trying to see here what size drill bit I need. Drill bit inside says I need a 21 by 64 for the drill bit. Now, another thing that bothered me with this, why I didn't even think of this solution or even try to use a tap and die set, is because of the drilling. I wasn't sure if I'd have enough distance to bore it out, so that's why I thought I'd take it to a machine shop for an opinion. At the same time, I have a tendency of, going in crooked when I'm using drills, so I didn't really want to risk it. However, I thought it'd make a good video, and if I mess this up, it's a Honda. It's a little bit more forgiving. So we're gonna give it a shot with this 21 by 64 inch drill bit and bore it out, and hopefully I don't fuck this up. Now, before I get started, it's important, we're gonna measure the hole and we're just gonna eyeball it. So it's about that deep, and call it 2 millimeters. Great. So let's go ahead, get started. Is that straight? Does that look straight to you guys? Fuck. Oh! Back it out. Back in. And add a little more oil. This is just 3-in-1 multi-purpose oil. I heard you're supposed to use cutting oil, but I don't have that and I don't care enough to buy it. And just like that, we have removed all the previous threads from this bolt hole, cleaned it out, vacuumed it, and we should be ready for the next step. Let me open this stupid thing. It's child-proof. But is it idiot-proof? I shouldn't do it like that. How do you... Oh. Guess it was idiot-proof. Idiot. Next step is the die. We're gonna go ahead and bore this out. And then the final step will be the coil with the installing kit. You're just gonna have to go really slow, I guess. I'm gonna back out and see if it looks straight from over here. It is not straight. Oh, fuck you. See? You see what happens? See what happens when you're a newbie? Sure. Do it at home. It's real easy. No problem. Get bent. Luckily, it requires very little force, so this... Oh, shit. I forgot to mark this. Let's go ahead and take it back out. Oh, it was 20 mils. Now, the issue with this thing that I had when I was going to buy it is I don't know, like I said, if it was crooked, whether or not the coil in there would sit crooked, which would then cause the stud to sit crooked. So that might not bolt up properly with my headers. At least that's what I was worried about. Hopefully it's not an issue. Once we finish using this little retthreader tool here, it was pretty straightforward after that. All you do is you take the little coil, which I double checked to make sure I actually fit my threads, and then I insert it into the thread or tool, whatever you call this. It's basically just the same size bolt and with a little hook on the end that uses torque to actually compress the little coil so that it fits snug inside your newly rethreaded hole. And once it's in there, you're supposed to actually break off the little clip on the end. You can see it has a little bit of a notch right there. And I just gave it a tap with the other side of the tool to try to loosen it up. However, I couldn't get it to come out, so I just took my little hook thingy and just moved it back and forth, and it comes out pretty easily. This rethreading tool did not hold up. Look at the tip, worn out. Thanks a lot, Helicoil. And after a little test fit to see if my exhaust actually fits. All right, looks like we got it. I call this a win. All that's left to do now is install the resto tuner hardware, and we can go ahead and throw the little head back into the little hatchback. It is a tiny little box. It's like a little, it's less than a 12-pack of sodas. It's pretty tiny. Hold on. Check it out. It's barely bigger. Barely bigger. 12-pack of sodas. They are not a sponsor, so don't sue me, Pepsi. I don't have the gaskets just yet, guys, so I can't install them today, but we're gonna go ahead and just install this hardware and leave it chilling here for when the gaskets do arrive. This should be set to come here in the next couple days. Huge shout out to Resto Tuner. I'm hella glad I found them. Hella, that's my California side. They have tons of aftermarket support for these little Hondas, and I love it. Definitely recommend you guys clean out these ports here. You want to clean them out from any rust or anything. I'm gonna have to do the double nut method again, only this time in the other way. Now, I don't know if this is really necessary. It'll probably make removing these studs harder, as if they're not hard enough as it is, but that's future Jay's problem. All right, now we just do that for the remaining 15 slots. Oh man, look at that. I stripped another one. Fuck this is some bullshit. In my defense, this one was not me, okay? I went slow and I didn't keep going. But the first few threads on this bolt hole were kind of going out. And I thought I could, power through it off of the first couple goes, but it just made things worse. This is what tripped me out. It's about the same size, but what you gotta do is you have to kind of like compress it. Now, it should work. Gotta love it when a plan comes together, Now on to the one that really matters. This one. This one gets a little extra more thread locker so it can seep through the little coil. All right, we have reached maximum depth. And now we can call it. This is the only drill I have for the drill bits, and it's busted. It works sometimes, but I would not have been able to drill through this inside the engine bay. Look at the distance. Just look at that. Look how much clearance I need. No way that would work. So for all y'all hating out there that I removed the head for no reason, I planned this out. I knew what I was doing from the beginning. No, I didn't. I got lucky. Now that I finished installing these, all that's left is to install the intake side, and I'll do that. I'll show you guys here pretty much. No one wants to see that. It's pretty straightforward. Now, one thing I do want to mention, like I said, the Helicoil kit was pretty straightforward to use. However, I wish I knew if, there was an easier way to get this lined up straight. And at the same time, this threader tool, doesn't give me a whole lot of hope for multiple uses. After one use, it pretty much looked the same. This is after 2 uses. I don't know if it would go through the process of doing the whole thing. I think maybe it had something to do with me not using the right oil. Maybe I just damaged the threads, but look at this. Look at that. The first 2 threads are pretty much gone. So much for that. And that's gonna be it for this video. Like I said, I don't have the head gasket just yet. I ordered the whole kit for it and it's in the mail. I still have to find a way to clean that. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do that, but it's supposed to be flush, damn near perfect, with only like very, very small millimeters of clearance, and hopefully I don't fuck that up, but we'll see on the next video, guys. Until next time, take care and good speed.